This is a 2026 Ford F350 Platinum Plus, and I'm going to show you some of the changes they made for 2026. I borrowed this truck from Garff Ford here in West Valley, Utah. Be sure to ask for Ken. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see the options and features on this build. At the very top is a description with the colors, and then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. I do see the 5G modem is something I didn't see on the 2025, so that might be something new for this year. And then here are all the options. So Avalanche is $395. You guys see high output power stroke got a price increase. I think that's the locker got a, no, that might be the same. That might be the same price. But your Platinum Plus went up by $500. Your FX4 went up by $50, I believe. And fifth wheel prep package went up by a little bit. You have wheel well liners, splash guards, and then here's the base price, $79,965 for a total price including destination of $106,065. So how much did the 2026 Super Duty Platinum go up in price? And I'm talking specifically about the standard bed. So just a little bit of background. In 2025, when they introduced this truck, it was $79,165. Somewhere in a year, they changed it to $79,365. Now it's $79,965. So it got two price increases last year, and we still got a price increase for this year. But it's not just them, it's everybody. Everybody is just saying, let's increase these prices on these really expensive trucks. But they're going to keep selling them because people can afford them for the time being. Now, when you get Platinum Plus, you're basically getting the top trim for the Super Duty. And what they do is you get rid of the blackout and you add this satin finish on the front end, including the grille and down here around the fog lights. And you guys see you have the projector style fog lights, full LED up front, painted front bumpers, parking sensors are there. You have that front camera which gives you that 360 camera view along with the cameras on the mirrors and the rear. They still stamp Super Duty right there in the center of that hood. And on the front end, nothing really changes. They still give you the black recovery hooks. When this truck got introduced in 2023 as the Limited, you used to get chrome. Now here's a quick peek at that solid front axle. For some weird reason, this looks new to me. I don't know, maybe on this truck it just looks different, but that looks new for sure. And you guys see, you have that liner inside of here. And then here are the tires. These are the Bridgestone Dueler ATs, so same tires last year, same wheel design, 8 lug. LT 275/65/20 is the tire size. And in case you were wondering about capacity, it's right here. 3,750 pounds at 80 PSI cold. And then let's go ahead and step back so you guys can see the Avalanche color. I like the look of this truck overall. It's a pretty cool color. People like the cement look. Now on the side, you guys see a little bit of chrome right here. It says Platinum. More chrome on the mirror caps. And I did turn on all the lights so you guys can see some of these lights, and you can see the lighting here on the turn signals. You have the blind spot alert. And nothing has changed with these mirrors. More chrome here, but they give you satin for the door handles. They'll have a really nice look to them. Also, you have that high output power stroke badge there. And there's your mud flaps. Power deployable running boards are down below. And they do work with the keys too. Now here's your standard bed. It's basically a 6-foot, 8-inch bed rounded off. Steps on the side. And 34-gallon fuel tank. DEF is 7.5. And because this is a 1-ton, you're going to have the 4 leafs in the main pack and the 1 overload here. You can kind of see that 5th wheel prep package right there. The main reason why I would pick a Platinum trim is because it's the only trim that gets the LED taillights, and that's the full LED taillights too. You also get the applique in that satin finish on the Platinum Plus. It is blacked out and it doesn't say Platinum on the regular Platinum trim, okay? parking sensors, 7 and 4 pin down below, and you also get LED lights here with the platinum trim. This is now an option. This got taken away back in 2025. So if you want that lock for your spare tire, highly recommend it, depending on where you live at. Class 5 hitch. This does have the 2.5-inch opening. You only get that 3-inch with the dualies. With, I think for the F350 dually, you have to get the 410, and then F450 gets it standard. You guys saw it had the upgraded rear axle. Here's your spare tire. You do have a Steely in there. And this truck did have the FX4, so real quickly, you guys probably wouldn't want to know that that's your skid plate right there for that fuel tank. And you do get a skid plate for the transfer case and downhill assist with that package. Another good benefit with the Platinum is you get a power tailgate. This step here comes standard too. And spray and bed liner is an option. Now Platinum Pluses give this to you in that $7,000 package, but it's not standard with Platinum. I'm in the flight path here, so I might have to just pause my camera every once in a while, but 7-pin and also 12-way plug for video. You have your bed lights. Really quickly, if you do own a Ford and you would like to buy these straps that can mount right here from Juggernaut, I do have a promo code down below if you would like to buy that. You can get all 4 with the covers on there, and it just makes things a little bit easier tying these down in the bed. Here's your 5th wheel prep package, and there is a camera view right up here. And if you want to put this tailgate back up, actually hold on, before I do, did I show this to you? I didn't show you the plug. So you just get that house style plug here with this 2 kilowatts of power. And then, as I said, you can just pop that up with your knee. You have the chrome tips on the side. Let's go ahead and talk about this power stroke. So if you want this high output power stroke, I would venture to tell you to skip it. Now I need to find out if the standard output saw a price increase. I have not found one yet on the lot, but I'm willing to bet you this engine is too expensive at this point. And here's what I'll tell you, and I know that I'm speaking out of terms here. If these trucks were being delivered from the factory without any emissions control, I would venture to say that these engines could be $2,000 cheaper. Now granted, that's just my naive consumer outlook on it. It could be even less in some people's mind, but I understand that when Ford buys parts, they're not buying them at premium. They're buying them at a very low cost because they're producing so much of these trucks. But the reality is $13,495 is a lot of money for a diesel option. I'm just being honest with you guys here. I mean, unless they've done something groundbreaking to make it better, which I didn't see any updates on Ford's website about updates to the high output power stroke, this engine just seems kind of expensive. But the reality is, this is the most powerful diesel option available in this segment. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque. And all that power goes to a 10-speed transmission known as the 10R140. Best cooling, and they also cool the turbocharger as well. But at the end of the day, does it make sense to spend this much for a diesel option? That is the question. Inside the interior, they did update this for the 2025 model year, and I will venture to say that this is definitely one of the top interiors in the segment. They're the only truck that offers a illuminated kick plate like this, and they're the only truck that gives you top and bottom massage. GM does give you massage up top but not on the bottom, and I like how wide this cushion is. These are probably some of the biggest seats in the segment, right there with the Ram trucks, but they're the softest seats for sure, and they're the only truck that offers this max recline option too. Tilt headrests come a part of this platinum trim, and with the truffle you have it pretty much throughout the interior. They give you this suede on the roof, hopefully you can see that suede. Leather wrap on just the front grab handles to get inside. And I like the fact that they give you the black carpet too. It looks really nice with this truffle interior. Now back over to the door, you can see some of the wood trimming and that stitching on the leather. You see some of that piping. But they do a pretty good job overall with this interior. I love the black speaker grills that they give you here and up there on the roof. Hopefully you guys can see that. There it is. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. Now on the dash here, you can see some leather, wood trim piece, and I like these horizontal lines that go through it. This does hide that storage. And down below, glove box. If you want to carry a bed camper, you have to get that certification with the camper package. Now on this side, you still have the contouring seats, and by the way, they add the satin on the sides of the seats for the Platinum Plus. This is a small attention to detail. And real quickly, check out that center armrest too. You can lock this. I always forget to point that out, but I can see it from here. That is lockable, more satin, and it does have that Platinum badge right there. And then out back, if you check out that roof, you get that twin panel with that Platinum Plus package. More diamond stitched leather. They do a great job overall with this truck. 60/40 bench. Outboard heated seats. 120 volt power plug. And then your seat back pockets. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. You have two 12-inch screens out front. Here's your camera view. And here's that bed view. Now Ford has a lot of nice features on this truck. I like the fact that they give you that wireless charger here. Oh, is that something new for this year? So this doesn't have the soft open. Now I don't know if this, because this truck's not in, it hasn't been run through the shop yet. But you guys see, did they change something here where this just slides open and close? So now it doesn't have that soft open, or soft close I should say. When you push this and it will just come down like this. That might have changed, so we'll have to see on other trucks. Here's your cup holders right here. Of course you have dual climate control, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, drive modes. I haven't showed these in a while, but I'll figure out to show it to you really quickly. You have to do it really quickly or you'll push this truck into four-wheel drive. So you have eco mode, also tow haul mode, normal, slippery, and off-road, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Heads-up display. They do have the best heads-up display. They've pretty much dethroned GM simply because they just add a little bit more information like the outside temperature and the time. You can't see that on GMs. On the roof here, you have your lights for that vanity, also auxiliary switches and a place to put your sunshades. All LED interior lights up top. No 4K camera yet for this review mirror. And if you go to features, you have stuff for your running boards that you can set up. That approach detection is specific only for Ford, Ram, nor GM offer that. Pro power, I like how they set this up too. Now just so you know, if you don't want any of your power plugs inside the truck, these 120 volts to be on, you can turn every power plug off, front and rear and in the bed. Now if you want them on, you can obviously click this for the bed. But if you don't want that one on either, you can turn that off too. So I like that Ford gives you that option. You have the split screen here. If you click over to settings, your seats are right here. Now you do have the buttons on the side, but I like to show it from here because you can see what to do. So you turn it on by hitting massage. If you want the passenger side, you can turn it on that way too. And you have 3 levels of intensity. And yeah, they do have a nice feel too. Like I feel like they do make a difference with them on. And inside of here, I think I would always get the lockbox personally. You also have those 2 USBs, and they do illuminate this area as well. Now last thing I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you the payload. Let me just set it up for you. Under settings, if you go to vehicle and you go to windows, you can do remote open, and there's an eye icon to show you what that is. So it allows you to open the windows remotely. To use this feature, press the unlock button on the key fob once and then press and hold the unlock button for at least 3 seconds. Let's try it out. 3 seconds. So it only does the front windows. I thought it did the rear ones too, although the animation shows they do the rears, but isn't that pretty cool? Last thing I'm going to show you guys, let me just hop in so you don't hear that chime that right there. You're going to hear it anyways, but if I left the door open, it would just consistently do it. But right here, this is the last thing I'll show you guys. This looks a little different to me, so I just wanted to show it to you. So this is your temps, your turbo boost, engine brake, exhaust filter, and then DEF. And then you have your auxiliary gauges. These look a little different to me though, so I figured I'd just show them to you really quickly. But apart from that, let's go ahead and check out the payload. So you guys will see here, starting with your front gross axle rating is 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,230 pounds. Gross vehicle rating is 12,000 pounds even. 20 by 8 wide wheels, and that axle code is a 3J. All in payload is 3,857 pounds, 60 psi for the front tires, 80 for the rear. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.